my name's Josh. We're at my unit in Bedford today at Phantom Tuning. We've got Aaron's Golf R in. Aaron's come in for a stage 1 tune, a Gearbox Remap and some Dyno power runs. We should see another 50, 60, 70 horsepower today from the stock tune. It has had a couple of modifications such as an upgraded intake and an upgraded turbo elbow. We're going to do the gearbox as well. Tuning the gearbox basically means that we can remove all the torque limiters that are set by default. If we remove the torque limiters, then effectively the car will have full power and torque the whole way through, no matter what gear he's in. So we need to disable the Haldex so that we can run this in 2-wheel drive mode. Not a lot of room around here, but I'm going to show you what I can to give you an idea as to how we disable that and then run that on the dyno. So to disable the Haldex, we need to effectively unplug the Haldex system. To get access to that, you just need to lift up this rear bench here. Now, for right-hand drive vehicles, the Haldex plug is on the passenger side. And when you lift the bench, you'll see these 2 plastic covers. All I'm going to do is remove the little rubber grommet, which will give me access to then lift up the cover. Now, for some Haldex vehicles, there'll be 2 plugs. You just need to remove the smaller one. And once you've got hold of the plug, simply unclip it, and then it's disabled. So just to make our lives a little bit easier, we're also going to run this in dyno mode. Now, some people will just run it in dyno mode on a 2-wheel drive dyno. We obviously like to disconnect the Haldex for safety, but then we put it in dyno mode afterwards. So to do that, all you do is you put the key into the ignition on position. Now, if you've disconnected the Haldex, you will get some warning lights come up on the dash because it doesn't like it. So we're going to wait for those areas to clear and to cycle through. Once that's done, hazards on, and press the accelerator pedal 5 times. And there we go, we're in dyno mode. So Will's loaded the car up on the dyno for us. What we're going to do now is a stock run. I've got auto tuner for the data logs. We'll have a look at the data, make sure that the car's happy and healthy. Once we've done that, we'll then start going through the tuning process. So we've just done some stock runs on Aaron's Golf R. It's made a little bit more than stock horsepower, which was to be expected with some of the minor mods that he'd done already. He also filled it up with, I believe, Shell V-Power today. We've got a good cooling system for this particular car. So we've made stock. On 2 of the runs, we saw 315 horsepower and 317 horsepower. Both runs we saw 412 Newton meters of torque. We had a look at the logs on Auto Tuner after we did the run. Car's very healthy and happy. Boost is meeting its set points, fuel pressure is meeting its set points, AFR is bang on, there's no knock detection. So we're really happy that this car is in a good state to be tuned. What we'll do now is we'll apply our base stage 1 tune, see if we can eke out any more power afterwards once we take a look at the logs after a run once it's tuned. So we've just finished the dyno session on Aaron's car. If you remember earlier, he came in with 315 horsepower and 412 Newton meters. When we applied our base stage 1 tune, we saw figures of 358 horsepower and 477 Newton meters. What we then did is we looked at the logs, made sure that A, the car was healthy and happy, and B, we looked at where else we could push the car. So we applied a revised file, and after an average of 3 runs, we saw a run at 371 horsepower and 482 Newton meters. So you're looking at, roughly speaking, another 65-70 Newton meters based on what he came in with, and power-wise, it's another 56 horsepower. If you take a look at the graph, you'll see that mid-range torque has improved massively. The top two lines here are the torque figure for both of our tuned files, and then the red line here is the stock torque figure. And then obviously if you look at the lines below, these are our power lines here. Blue being stock, and then purple being map 1, and then green being revised map 2. So drivability, this should feel a lot faster throughout the whole rev range. It's more than just additional peak horsepower. What we're going to do now, we're going to get the car off the dyno, go take it for a road test, make sure that we're happy with the logs and that the car's behaving as we'd expect. And once that's done, Aaron's good to go. So we're all done with Aaron's car. We've just taken it for a quick test drive. Again, looked at auto tuner logs, everything was happy. Aaron's going to come back to us when he's had some additional stage 2 parts fitted. He's got a Wagner intercooler and a downpipe ready for us. So once that's done, we'll apply our stage 2 tune. But in the meantime, Aaron's done. So thanks for watching today. I'm Josh, this is Phantom Tuning. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us on social media. Drop us a contact form on the website, or just type in your reg to see your gains on our website.